Welcome to the Central PA Pour, and this, our Valentine's episode. The CPP crew will be puckering up for love with some sours today. They are sampling a sour Berliner Weiss from Mellow Mink Brewing in Mechanicsburg, a fruited sour from Rotunda Brewing in Hershey, and a sour triple from Victory Brewing in Parksburg. The guys also get into a little bit of the Super Bowl predictions, the Winter Olympics, and don't forget to listen for Dave's trivia question later in the show. Now, if you're ready, grab a cold one and join the CPP crew to be bonded by beer. Hey, welcome back here to the Central PA Pour for another episode. This is going to be our Valentine's Day episode. And I'm Brett.
I'm Ben.
How you doing? I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dave.
And we are your CPP crew here. And we are, like I said, we're here for our another episode, our Valentine's Day episode called Pucker Up for Love. So today we're going to be doing some sours for that puckering up. And Ben, where can they find us to follow us on the internet?
We are at Central PA Pour on all of our social media platforms and centralpapour@gmail.com. And then in all those social media bios and in our episode description, you can find our link tree, which will take you to those social media platforms as well as the podcast platforms you're listening on.
Please take a look.
Yep. Take a look, share, like, give us a review.
Let us know, and we want to know how we're doing. We want to know if you enjoy this because we sure as hell are. We're having a fun time doing this, sitting here talking to each other, drinking some beer.
Having a good time.
And having a good time.
Absolutely.
That's why we started this. They can also email us at centralpapour@gmail.com, but join us, share us, like us, whatever. Twitter us, whatever you call that stuff. TikTok, Twitch, I don't know.
All of it. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, so the last episode, we were in the midst of the playoffs, and we don't know the outcome because this has been pre-recorded before the outcome of the championship game, so we don't know who's going to be in the Super Bowl, which is when? February
13th.
13th, and where is it being played at?
The new stadium in Los Angeles.
Oh.
The Rams and the Chargers
That's
share.
They call SoFi?
SoFi, you got it.
SoFi.
Yep.
SoFi?
Yeah. High-tech, crazy, billions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money. But so, guys, you guys are the football people. Who are your picks going into this?
Let's see. I'm going to go with the Packers over the Chiefs. Rodgers, Super Bowl. How about you, Kev?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going Buffalo Bills all the way. All the way.
Now you're talking even though I don't watch it, that was my team.
Yeah.
The Bills.
Young,
Bills
strong.
Mafia.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia.
Got to throw you through the table? You see that shit they do? Bills Mafia jumping through tables. Show us how it's done.
Hey, they throw dildos onto the field.
Here we go again.
Tell me another fan base that's that crazy to do that.
Yeah, because like I said last time, I just don't see why you would bring them to a football game.
It's called dreaming. You put it down your pants leg. It's called dreaming.
Let's go to the game. Minus 20. We'll take our shirts off and throw dildos.
You got it.
Yeah.
I've been in Buffalo when I was following them when it was cold, and I will tell you, there's nothing like it.
No.
You're sitting there in 10-degree weather with 2 foot of snow. It is cold, but I had a great time when I used to go up there. Dave, who's your pick?
It's hard. I just don't know.
The dildo or you?
Shut up.
Uh-oh.
Smitty, can we get a rim shot? Well, I tell you what.
Dave's looking at me like, post-edit that out.
Yes, please.
Come on, that's my only good one for the whole series so far.
I don't know. I kind of my interest kind of drifted away because my Steelers
are out,
and it's not you don't get into when your team's in it. You look at everybody else. You say, okay, who's going to play, and you watch the game, and you see how they do, and you say, you get a sort of a feel for it. But after your team's out of it, it's just you're more of a who cares?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But
yeah. But I don't know. I kind of go with Green Bay being in it, because I think Rodgers is he's starting to really wind up, and he gets pretty interesting at the end of the year. But on the other side, the Titans are looking pretty good.
Getting their running back. He's been out for a few months.
Yeah, he didn't do so well when he was gone, but
they managed.
They managed, yeah, but they didn't tear up the field.
No.
And I just think that they would be on the other side of it, but we'll see. I just don't see the Bengals.
I don't know, man. They're looking dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the good time. Good time to be a football fan now.
Yeah, but the Bengals look really good in that one year that they played the Steelers, and in that game where Burfict knocked
Antonio
Brown
He
out.
ain't been right since.
No,
you ain't lying.
That's true.
I was going to say that.
And that looked like that they were going to do it. They were going to be in the first time that they were going to go for it, and next thing you know, they just got stupid at the end of the game.
Yeah, they just broke their playoff drought.
Yeah,
what was it?
Yeah,
long
time. They weren't in it at all. They never won.
Right.
They got into the playoffs, but they could never win a playoff game, and that's what happened to them that year. And this is the first year that they actually broke that drought. That they actually had a winning. They won one of their playoff games.
It's kind of like I heard about the Browns last year. They finally got into the playoffs.
Yeah. That was like a one-hit wonder, huh? They're back in the basement.
Yeah, that's kind of. My daughter-in-law is from Cleveland. She's a big Cleveland fan, so I'm not going to say much.
Oh.
But yeah, so football is up, so you guys are rooting for certain teams, and Sally will be my wife. She'll sit there and watch it as long as the Chiefs are in, because her friend she grew up with in school is the head trainer.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Rick Burkholder from Kansas City. So he's Andy Reid's right-hand man when it comes to the personal training. So we'll have the football game on there, even though I'm not watching it. She's hoping somebody gets hurt so she can see her friend on the field.
Holy cow.
But I'm like, do you realize when somebody gets hurt, they go to a timeout and they're going right to a commercial break.
That's
so
true.
You're not going to see them. But every time she has it on, hey, there's Rick. So yeah, so the football's going on. You guys are going to watch that. I don't know. We got some beer to drink.
We do.
We do.
Let's start our Valentine's special off with a sour.
Mellow Mink?
Yeah, you went up there and got this one, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, I was up there. I ran up and got this. It was in Mechanicsburg, and it's from Mellow Mink Brewing, and it's a Janet Weiss Sour Apple Pie. And for those of you that don't recall the name Janet Weiss, she was a character on the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, it's
great movie.
Yeah. I watched it once.
I remember as a kid. Now I never went, but they wouldn't show that till like midnight.
Yeah,
you had to go stand in line at the theater, and you'd see all the people in their character wardrobes, and that was the early stages of what they call cosplay.
Yeah,
that's that's where it all started.
Yeah, you talk about that. It's kind of funny. It's a real quick story, on that. I went up to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair for the first time that I was ever up there. So I got up there early. And so I drove up there and I found this great parking spot. It was just like right up by the buildings. And I said, oh, great. I'm up there. And everybody was getting out of their car. They were in medieval garb. And I'm like, oh, am I in the parking space for the actors? Then I found out that everybody dresses that way,
Where was yours?
Except for me.
Some funny looks.
Huh?
Did you get some funny looks?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I don't understand why I was in a suit and a tie with
his camera,
Oxford,
with his Nikon, and he was sending us pictures.
Yes,
and I think you were asked not to take pictures.
Oh no. I was just cautious.
I kind of enjoyed some of those pictures.
Yeah. We may have to go to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, they may have a beer tasting up there that we can go to, because they do have a winery in a.
Yeah, it was there, Mount Hope Estates area.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a Hogs restaurant right across the street there. I had a little dinner in there. I don't know the exact name, but it was big hog emblem up on
Yeah,
top.
I've seen that, but I haven't gone into it. I don't remember the name.
And actually, before you just start reading the Brewers Notes on this, up there at Mount Hope, it's called Swashbuckler Brewing. And we had mentioned this the last episode about Haymauer and those guys and Wolf winning up at the farm show. Swashbuckler won, I think, for a dark Schwarzbier. They got in there. So I was there. It was pretty cool. I mean, they had some good beers. Couldn't really sit anywhere because it was still COVID area. Mm-hmm. So it might be worthwhile going up there to the God Save the Queen.
Yeah, there you go. Well, speaking of Brewers Notes, I think I'll read what we have here. This is their seasonal apple pie sour ale, and it was Janus White is a sour blonde conditioned on locally harvested cider making apples. That's a mouthful there. Whole cinnamon sticks and vanilla beans. I like this.
Yeah.
It has an untapped rating of 121 and with an average of 3.9. So we're going to give this a taste.
So Janet's a sour blonde conditioned, huh?
Yes, she is.
You can read that in a couple of different views.
Yeah. Well, when did that movie come out?
We went from podcast to Pornhub.
Oh, God.
Actually, this isn't bad. I mean, I do get the apple.
It's not much of like an apple pie. More of like I definitely get the cider.
It's
almost
vibe.
an apple cider.
It's almost like a cider.
Yeah, it's
Almost like
it's not really that.
a hard apple cider. Very good.
Not bad at all.
Very good.
I'm going to go a little lower, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 3.5.
Yeah.
3.25 or
3.25.
But yeah, it's not, I don't get really much of the cinnamon or the vanilla flavor out of it. It's more of that apple cider.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's definitely a sour ale. It does make you pucker
Yeah,
a little
it does.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not getting the cinnamon sticks and vanilla bean. I'm getting more apple sour.
Yeah.
I'd tell you, but I drank mine already.
You drank it. This has a 6.3 ABV. And ABV, of course, we try to remind our listeners that ABV is the alcohol by volume.
And you don't want to
And
don't want to drink too many of them, but a
no,
couple
not
would
at
be all right.
6.3.
Yeah.
No, but it is good beer.
Mhm.
I like this.
Yes, that's pretty good. I'm sticking with like a 3.5 on my Untapped. And I forget, what is mine? Mav Enter?
Yep, Matt Venner. Remember that one?
That comes from my DJing days.
Oh, is that your stage name?
Maverick Entertainment was my company.
Okay,
So that was where Mav Enter came in.
I gotcha.
Combination of the
Cool.
two. Everybody say, "Where's Mav? What the hell is Mav Enter?"
I know. I was wondering the same thing, but now we know.
Yep, Maverick Entertainment.
Maverick. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I like that's about right. It's about where I put most of my ales anyway. So
Your ales?
I put my ales in the 3.5
Okay.
somewhere. That's my ale level.
You were going to say something, Ben? You were going to start to say something, or did you forget?
No, I gotcha. It's
Did I
It was
interrupt?
about- it was about
Did I
Untapped.
interrupt you?
yes.
I'm
If
sorry.
I lose my train of thought, I'm
Okay.
out the window. Man,
Squirrel?
but-
All right.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Goldfish. But yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
David. I'm
it's
sorry.
all good. Thank you.
Okay.
I got it now. We're back on track with Untapped. I was just going to talk about how we check in the beer, give the rating, tell our friends on Untapped where we purchased it, where we're drinking it, and then some of the flavor notes on there.
Yeah.
I think these guys are throwing around the numbers 3, 3.5, whatever. That's just a 1 to 5 scale on our score of the beer. So
Yep. And if somebody might have a different score than what we're feeling, so these are our personal tasting palates. So everybody, and we don't always agree. We're close usually. And what we might rate horrible, somebody might love it. But that's why craft beer is out there. There's so many different profiles and palates and everything else. So don't go by what we say. But if you do see, like we had mentioned in the last episode, if you see on Untapped or an average rating of a higher rating, it's usually a pretty good beer that you want to at least try. So I know we go into when we first started this venture, it's like they would ask you, what do you like? Well, I like the dark lagers, stouts, and then they kind of point you that way. But our palates have changed so much venturing down this craft beer road. We're like the Wizard of Oz walking down the craft beer road instead of the golden brick road.
Triple IPA.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road.
These sours are something too, because a couple years ago, man, I would have picked up one of these and just made the funkiest face. But now I'm looking forward to these because, again, we keep talking about this chart that we forget, but the color profile on these beers, man, some of these sours just anywhere on the color chart, they're all unique.
It could be a smooth, plain yellow, or it could be a milkshake looking strawberry.
Look like a thick shake, yeah.
That is so unique, that they put in their own special touch to it, and it makes it what it is.
I know. I remember my first sour was like over 2 years ago, and went to a brewery in South Carolina called Palmetto.
Oh, yeah.
And I went there with my wife's youngest son, Ben, and got a flight, and I was like, what the hell is a Goes? He says, it's like a sour. I'm like, well, I got to try it. I will say it was interesting. And it kind of started me. And the farther we walked down this path, I'm like you, Ben, that the sours are becoming a more sought after beer for me.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting in the night and I don't want to drink a heavy stout or heavy beer, I'm going to go for a sour.
Yep.
There's something lighter and refreshing. So that's kind of why we decided to do some episodes that are just focused on, like the last one was Darkest Night. We did some dark beers, and we're going to do this one. And speaking of Valentine's Day, it's right around the corner. And I saw that there was a brewery not in our area called Swashbuckler Brewing, and they're out of Lewistown. They're doing a Love Gone Sour Valentine's Day. Now, I didn't want to... That's kind of where this episode stemmed from, but Love Gone Sour. We probably all had that one time or another where you had a girlfriend that just kind of went south. But I think Pucker Up for Love was a little bit more suitable for what we wanted to do. But this is an event that they're putting together. It's a tasting event. So apparently they're going to take a bunch of sours from breweries across PA, and they're going to match them up with certain things out there, and you can sign up to go out. And there's some of them from our area: Collusion, Pizza Boy, Fourscore, Wolf, and Mellow Mink are participating in this event. So I think that's pretty cool that not only are they independent businesses in these breweries, they're collaborating.
Yeah, they come together.
And I think that's cool. You don't see Anheuser-Busch, Yuengling,
Trade Secrets.
You don't see them collabing on anything. I mean, speaking of that, we were just talking about before we sat down here about the lawsuit that Yuengling put out with Anheuser-Busch on the logo. Because apparently they're changing their logo and they're using an eagle, which almost looks identical to what Yuengling's logo has been for hundreds of years.
Well, they were the first.
Yeah, they were the first. They're the oldest brewery in the United States. So, and they're only right up the road. So that's kind of where we're trying to do, and hopefully things work out. And like Ben said earlier, look for us on social media. Mm-hmm. Share it, like us, reply to us.
Reply, please.
Yeah, let us know. Hey, if you guys see something out there you want us to try, like you've been to a brewery or you've had this beer, hey, you guys got to try this. So give us a like. Let us know. We'll go get it. We'll try and do this. And as we get more comfortable with our in-home setting, we're going to hopefully maybe be able to do this as a live event where we can get replies right from you guys immediately while we're doing it, and maybe do on-site stuff. So we're hoping to have some guests come in here soon.
Yep.
We mentioned last episode your friend Zeb has his own podcast. Maybe we can bring him in and we'll do some collaborations there. And I came across a blog that's out there, and basically it's called the Beer Thrillers. And they're right in our area, Central PA. So I reached out to them, and they're basically doing what we're doing, but they're putting it on a blog. They'd be interested to come in. His name's Ben. They basically go out to a brewery, they'll try a beer we're doing, and they'll give a write-up. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
So there's a lot of collaboration stuff that we can do with other venues. We had mentioned Breweries in PA, their Facebook page, which is a very active page.
Yeah, it's a cool community to be in, to be honest with you, because you get connected to these different places on social media, and everybody is very outgoing. Like Brett was saying about the Swashbuckler Brewing doing that collaboration event. There's some other local stuff like that going around here. I think there's one up in Dillsburg. They have an open an open tap, basically. I forget the terminology.
They call them tap takeovers.
Yes, thank you. That's it. Tap takeovers. They got places from all over the state coming in, and I don't know what sounds better than going there, sitting down, and trying a dozen different beers from places all over the state. So,
yeah, I think this craft industry's got a lot to offer, and I recommend anybody that has not ventured into this, that are still stuck on the mass-produced stuff, take a step on the wild side. Give it a try.
Give it a shot.
Give it a try.
I mean, that's where we all started. I mean, it was just like, what's this all about? So
I'll still drink a good Busch Light every now and then when I'm working around the house. But
what's the next beer, Brett?
come on.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's get into another beer. Get off of Busch. The Busch Light.
I'll take the reins on this one. Tasting number 2, Rotundo Brew Pub out of Hershey. We're going to try a blueberry apple pie sweet tart. It's a sour fruited. It's a 5.9 ABV, and their wording is that we have a Thanksgiving dessert covered for you this year. Blueberry apple pie wheat tart is conditioned on sweet apples, blueberry, and finished with a cinnamon pie crust. Untapped has 135 ratings with an average of 3.98, which is pretty high for a sour.
I do get, if on the initial aroma, I am getting the apple and a little bit of blueberry.
You can get the blueberry.
Yeah.
You get well, I was going to say blueberry on the smell, but now I got a little something else.
You're getting the apple out of it. I know it definitely gets some apple out of it.
Yeah, finishes with some apple. Again, Rotundo is a pretty cool place to check out. Caitlin and I were able to visit there a few months back. We were attending a wedding, and we decided to do a little pre-gaming. And by we, I mean me. Caitlin really is into the beers, but hey, I sat down, had a nice flight, and man, all of these, I got a flight of sours, which rarely happens. And they all had their unique, different candy style vibe to them. And the place was real cool as well.
And they're out of Hershey, so.
Yeah, Annville area, yep. Good, nice little place to check out if you got the chance.
It is definitely it does make you pucker.
It does.
It's definitely tart on the palate.
This is totally off, but I'm going to say I taste like a Bloody Mary.
A Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary. Okay. I taste the vodka. Yeah.
I do get the apple. I'm getting a blueberry out of it. I don't know if I'm getting that cinnamon crust that they talked about. I don't know if I get that.
Tomato juice, I guess. Maybe not Bloody Mary, but
you get the tomato juice.
I get a
little bit of
a different taste.
It's good though. I like it. I'm gonna give this like a 3.75.
Yeah, that's about right. It's unique, but it's very good.
It's very good. It does make you want to pucker.
It does.
So I'm giving that like a 3.75.
I'm going to be on the low end here.
So am I. I'm going to be a little lower. I'm going to go back down to my 350.
350?
That's my safe point.
That's my safe point.
That's my safe point. So,
hey, you got to be respectful to the Brewers too. They can't go too low, right, Dad?
3.
Oh no,
that's comfortable. 3. Comfortable. I wouldn't put anything lower than that.
I'd be sitting here guessing. The bend to my left. Back then in the day, I'd give an IPA a 1, and I'd get a hell of a Charlie horse. Wham! So I'm kind of scared to go anything lower than a 3.
If you don't like it, just don't put it in Untapped. No big deal.
Right.
And you know what? It's like we said. I mean, David mentioned this in conversation, but it's like, what if we get a beer we don't like?
Right.
Yeah.
We may not like it. Somebody out there might love it.
Exactly.
That's where this is different. It's
yes,
like,
exactly.
We're not the Moses of carrying down the 10 Commandments. Like, no. This is our opinion of what we're tasting. You guys have a whole different they may have a whole different flavor profile in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm more of a lager stout man. I prefer the darker beers, the heavier beers. And whenever I get to a lighter beer or a sour, okay, I'm in my mind, I'm comparing it to the.
You're trying to compare. You're comparing an apple to a watermelon.
Exactly, and it's more to the stouts. Okay. I'm doing the more to a stout comparison, and I shouldn't But the thing of it is I've had plenty of sour and plenty of ales, and that 3.5 is not a joke. It's more of a comfort
zone.
Comfort zone for me.
That's your. If I don't like it quite here, that's my low.
That's my. Yeah, but if it's something that I really don't like
that chocolate cherry.
Oh yeah, that stuff down there. That was in the 2. I think everybody put that in the 2s.
That's from was that from Belgium?
All but Ben when he observed it. Oh, this stuff's pretty good.
I might have been a few deep.
Well, I had a 6-pack of that stuff, and you took the rest of it home. So I mean,
was that from Belgium?
Yeah, that was the Belgium.
From Belgium.
Do we have any Belgium listeners? So I don't know. Maybe we're safe there.
Well, yeah,
talking.
It was from a Broridge, which we've had.
Yeah.
So when we do our monthly tastings, this is where this podcast has stemmed from. We have been doing monthly tastings over a year now. Dave has gone into and brought a bunch of import stuff, which is cool because most of them are from this Broridge, I think that's how you say it, from Belgium Brewery. I think I need one more and I get a new badge on Untapped for the European stuff. But yeah, it's a we all have our different taste, and I'll rate a beer, and I mean, you had mentioned before, like, what if we do this and we don't like the beer? Well, we just be honest. We didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It might not be for me.
Yeah,
but Ben might like it. I might not. That's just the way this goes.
And of course, you got to understand that you're not going to want 4 people up here agreeing
on
lockstep with every beer, every number, and everything is the same.
Yeah,
because of the fact that then it's not a rating, then it's not it's not an evaluation, So we're giving you a true evaluation of how we feel about it, and something that Ben may like, I may not like, and that's just life.
Right, that's the way it is. If we were all the same, it'd be a boring ass society.
So
unless you were all like me. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. So, Brett, I was hearing that this is the year of the lager.
Yeah.
What do you think on that?
I don't know. I mean, we've all mentioned we're mainly lager fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, the year of the lager. That's at Breweries in PA again. They put out a lot of information. So I think it's pretty cool. They're saying this is the year of lager, and there were some brewers in there that mentioned that they have some places that you want to go and get their lagers.
Yeah.
So there were some in this area. Trogs, one of your places. Poor Man's, which we featured on one of our episodes. Yeah. They're an up-and-coming brewery. And Wolf. They definitely, there are 3 of the mentions to go check out their lagers. Now, lagering, since we've mentioned we are home brewers now, kind of kits, beginners, whatever, a lagering process is not an easy thing to achieve. Because once you do your wort, you do your boil and get it all ready to go, lagering process takes time. And it's got to be maintained at a certain, 40 degrees, 35 degrees for months. It could take months to lager that process out to get the lager beer. Basically, it's an ale, but the lagering yeast and the process makes it a lager. So when you make it to a list that you're saying you need to go see these places for a lager, it's not a small feat. So I definitely think, we've mentioned this before, we're going to be doing some road trips.
Oh, yeah.
We got to find time to do the road trips. And you're going to be traveling a lot now, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we be maybe making some road trips without you. Tough shit.
We'll send you some notes.
We'll send you the notes.
Now that we have video.
Sorry. Are you checking for windage or
forgive me?
IQ there. I must say that you know what? After you started talking, I finished this off.
You finished it,
and I'm gonna raise it to a 3.75.
Ah, there we go.
Nice.
See,
you let
it resonate a little bit.
It tasted pretty good.
I don't know if the name is a play on words or if I'm just looking at it because it's low hanging fruit. But the last sip I took, I kind of got like a sweet tart candy vibe.
Oh, sweet tart candy.
And I noticed that a lot of their beers are like that.
Yeah.
So
their name is Sweet.
Sweet. That's We'll have to learn more about that.
The wheat. That's probably where there's wheat in it.
Sweet.
So they're using that as the play on the sweet.
Yeah. Yep.
I got
some candy candy vibes there at the end for sure.
I will say I've gotten. So I got a Rotunda, but I got their peach pie one, and I had that the other night. It was pretty good.
I gotta say, I like this theme stuff we're doing with the sours and I'm sure we'll do it going forward as well too. But it's nice to just keep the similar palette going, and you got similar profiles as opposed to
There's so many styles we'll have to repeat or mix.
I know. Well, it's better than when Brett's bringing a bourbon barrel and Dad's bringing a milk stout, and I got a New England IPA, and it's like
we can't do one on IPAs. I cannot do
that. We'll do that one your way.
We're going to have to do a hopped up one.
Hopped up. Sounds good to me. Well, we can really touch on the different types of IPAs because they're branching out. They got West Coast, New England,
hazies,
all kind of different
double
shit.
or triple I,
yeah. So
that'll be its own lesson in itself. So
we may have to do that closer to Easter. We could do that hopped up.
Are you gonna wear a bunny suit?
I'm going to put the pink bunny suit on from the Christmas Story.
Yeah, here we go again with the movies.
You've never watched The Christmas Story.
The funny story. So.
That's my favorite.
I watched it for the first time, and it was right around Christmas. Caitlin made me watch it. Basically,
you have to watch Christmas.
I watched it. I was sitting here all attentive.
He was the one who turned it on.
I was sitting there all attentive. I look over. 10 minutes in, Caitlin's over on the couch next to me snoring. No joke. And I'm sitting here. I'm watching between her sawing logs, and I'm like. I honestly, I already forget the plot. Damn it! What's the whole thing's about? The thing in the window,
the leg lamp,
in the window, and
it's
then
all
the
about
gun.
The Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, the gun and the leg lamp. And I'm like, is this really this whole thing's? It was actually New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, I believe.
It's on 24/7 on TBS.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, oh man, is this all about a gun and a lamp? And then we get to Christmas, and Caitlin tells her uncle Doug that his favorite movie ever as well, and she tells him that I watched it and I thought it was crock of shit basically, and he goes, "What? That's my favorite." I'm like, "Oh man!" She fell asleep and I was like,
"It's a tradition in my house, and my kids hate it."
I understand.
Jordan probably fed you a bunch of that. But speaking of that, so when I met my wife when we first started dating the first year, she said, "Well, come up. I'll have Christmas dinner and blah, blah, blah." So I go up there. It's Christmas was on a Sunday that year. I don't smell anything cooking. So she goes, "We're going to go out to eat." We wind up at a Chinese restaurant. I start busting up laughing. And she goes, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "You've never watched A Christmas Story?" She says, "No." I said, "We're going back to your place. It's on 24/7. We're going to watch." And you'll understand why I am laughing my ass off. Sitting in a Chinese restaurant Christmas Day, eating dinner. Oh. So we went back, and now she hates it because every Christmas Eve when we come home from Christmas Eve service, it's on. I get up in the morning, I turn it on.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so the bunny suit, if we do a hopped up, I'll have to go get a pink bunny suit, and I'll look like a pink nightmare.
Hey, whatever. As long as you make sure you get Dave some bunny ears, too.
Oh, jeez. I'll second that one.
I don't look good. I don't look good in bunny ears.
Oh, I bet you would.
No.
So we had talked about some guests, and Kevin, you and I did one of the. It was at that time it was called the York County Ale Trail.
Yeah.
Now he's since changed that to brewery tours because he's expanded the operation out of York.
Mm-hmm.
And the other week they just did ales on the rails.
Yep.
I was interested in it. You weren't able to go. Dave wasn't able to go, and I decided not to go. My wife was sick. She had just had a procedure, so I decided not to go. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think I'm hoping they decide to do another one of them on the rail. But, brewery tours, and we had a great time.
That was a great time.
And the information he gave us on just not York County, but on beer history alone was, very knowledgeable. So if you're out there and you want to do a private tour, I recommend looking into either brewery tours or wherever you're at. Look into, they all have them.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Cumberland Valley's got one as well.
Yeah. But I think that's cool. You get to learn the history of the area. You get to learn the history of the beer.
Yeah.
I think one of his comments was, "Do you know where beer came from?" we all think of the monks, but it actually goes back farther than that. So it was interesting. It was pretty cool. Ben, you had mentioned that there's some summer concert series coming up that, your favorite one of your favorite breweries, Trogs.
Yeah, Trogs. So,
they do that.
So basically, it ended up being two of my paths crossing. I went to Harrisburg University last decade, and then Trogs.
Decade? Now you're starting to sound like us.
I know. God damn. Man, I'm getting old.
But gray hair there, Sonny.
Oh, gray hair's been around a while, ain't you, mama? Anyways, Harrisburg U and Trogs, they linked up for a summer concert series. And this is like the third iteration of that concert series, I believe. And like I said, I just thought it was neat that two of my paths are now crossing. So I have some notes here on it. 2022's summer concert series is going to open up with some indie rockers, Lord Huron, and special guest First Aid Kit on August 20th in Riverfront Park. And the lineup for the rest of that series is going to be announced at a later point. But I can't say I'm familiar with all the bands on the lists of guests that they've had, but some of the ones that caught my eye: Cage the Elephant.
I've heard of them.
Jason Isbell in 19 and 21. All Time Low in 20 and 21, and then Death Cab for a Cutie. So I mentioned that they're going to be in Riverfront Park, but they have some other venues between Harrisburg and Hershey as well: XL Live, the Forum, and the Whitaker Center in the Hershey Theater. So maybe I can provide the link to that summer concert series as well. But I just thought it was a cool note that, we're here talking about beer. I went to school at HU, so, hey.
And you got Trogs involved.
Yeah.
And where's it at, City Island?
Riverfront Park, I believe it's... I think it's on the city side of the river, but it's right along the...
Right along the river.
Yeah,
I think so.
Riverfront Park.
Riverfront, okay.
I didn't realize either that Trogs is from Harrisburg.
Yeah.
I'm one of my favorites. I didn't really put the pieces together there, but...
Do they need a good photographer?
I'm sure they do.
There you go, Dave. There's your in.
Yeah. I enjoy doing concert photography.
There you go. I know you do.
Yep.
Yeah. I bring you up. I get you into Gettysburg Bike Week every year. So
that is a lot of fun.
But yeah, so you mentioned a couple named there: First Aid Kit and Lord Huron. So I'm wondering how much beer they drink and smoke, and what they smoke to come up with names for their bands. So I've heard of Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
That's an odd name. Where do you come up with Cage the Elephant?
Did they come through your bike week at all?
No.
Cage the Elephant?
No.
They're kind of above.
It's like Elephant's Memory.
Yeah, right.
Do you remember Elephant's Memory?
No, dude.
Oh, okay. I just thought I'd ask.
What year was that one?
But yes, there's a lot of band names out there that just out there.
Yeah. For sure.
That's pretty cool.
I'm getting thirsty, boys. How about you?
Yeah, so we have our third one, our tasting here. And
let's move on to this sour. Let's see, we have Sour Monkey. It's from Victory Brewing. I believe they're out towards Philly, but the closest one to us, Parksburg.
Yeah, I think that's why we included it, even though they're kind of outside our central Pennsylvania area. Parksburg, their brewery there is just right on the other side of Lancaster. So.
Yep. This one's clocking in at 9.5% ABV. Ooh. With a 10 IBU. So that's an interesting combo there.
That is an interesting. I was going to mention that too. Yep.
That aroma is interesting.
So it says it's a sour triple. So that's where the
ABV comes in.
That's where the ABV's coming in.
That's not bad.
Oh man,
I'm not a.
That's
not bad. I kind of like this.
A little bite that's like it's not sour related. It kind of sounds like a boozy dish.
It has this. It is good. It's like you said. It has a little boozy flavor.
Yeah.
And I would give this 3.75 or 4.
I'm right there. 3.75.
Yeah. While they're debating the scores, let me tell you more about this here. Fruity notes from imported Belgian yeast swirl through a precise souring. Pucker up to a bite of citrus-laden tang, ending with a delectable experience. And then here's Victory's description. Tastefully tart is how our monkeys describe their sour sibling. Born from the same imported malts, Belgian yeast, and a mix of magical spices, this monkey decided to take a walk on the tangy side with a swirling citrusy lemon bit and a delectable essence. You better pucker up and respect this monkey. And for those of you who don't know,
will you spank my monkey?
That's not what I was talking about. While Dad's spanking his monkey, I was going to talk about the monkey series that Victory does. We got a whole slew of names. Brett, you rattled some off earlier. Can you recall any of them now?
One of them was this. So they had the sour monkey. They have a tart monkey.
Merry Monkey. That was like the Christmas tradition blend there, the seasonal.
But yeah, I can't remember anymore. But yeah, they definitely. So some of these brewers will come up with a series and they'll just use the name and just keep adding to it.
Yep. So Victory has. Damn, audio's messed up. There we go. We're back. All right. Sour Monkey has about 150,000 check-ins to this beer.
That's all.
With an average of 3.81.
So I get lemon. It is tart. It's
good.
It is good. Yeah, I like this. I'm going to be right there with like a 3.75.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And while we're talking about like the eastern side of the state here, I found some other notes. Ever since Brett told me about breweries in PA, man, I'm on that thing every day, learning more about this industry.
Your news feed.
Yeah, for real. They're all over the news feed. But one thing that I found very interesting that I came across lately was this place called Cohops Brewery in Hatfield, out in Montgomery County. It's basically the idea of the owner of Doylestown Brewing Company, and essentially he just contracts out everything that has to do with the manufacturing, the production, the canning, and the distribution of the beer. So a whole thing behind it is they're trying to help some of these, small-time brewers in their garage, their basement, whatever, get up and get on their feet. Yeah, so they have a tap room with 8 taps, and they have expansion plans for a full kitchen, for an outdoor beer garden, and then they also plan on offering some brewing education services, and they plan on introducing a lab for testing. So I don't know how
That's pretty cool.
You get hired there, but I'm interested.
You're interested?
What's your background?
We'll travel for pay.
We'll travel and drink beer for pay. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And we talked about collaboration before. Amongst all the breweries and these independents, they all. Yeah. I know here in York they do it a lot. So I think that is a cool thing to help a smaller company trying to get up and running and get their name out there.
Right.
I think that's pretty cool.
That's got to be one of the pinnacles of this industry, man. Opening your doors and let some small time folks come in.
Let's see Anheuser-Busch and Yuengling do it.
I don't even want to limit it to small time folks, because I read they had some larger collaborations going on as well. So it's like it's just the business helping out the business, and it's awesome. So
yeah. Off the topic, did you ever see the Clydesdales in person?
No. They were here relatively recently. Right?
They've been here a couple times.
How many pictures of them do you have?
Probably about 40 or 50.
Oh, that's not bad. I was thinking
again, we never get to see them.
Well, I didn't think you'd be interested. Just pictures of
big ass horse. Hell yeah,
big ass horse.
It's the Budweiser Clydesdales. Everybody loves the Budweiser.
And it was simply
Clydesdales.
by accident. I would just happen to be downtown, and someone said, "Did you know that they're parading the Clydesdales through York?" They were going up George Street, and they said that they're down by the police station. And he said, "Might be able to get a picture." And I thought about it, and says, "Well, yeah." So I ran out to my car and got my camera.
I gotta say, you carry that everywhere.
Everywhere.
So speaking of that, it was a Super Bowl commercial. You guys, we talked about Super Bowl coming up. A lot of people look forward to the commercials. Yeah. And there was only one. It was only played one time. And that was the Clydesdales.
Oh.
As they pranced across the field, and they all knelt down across from the towers, where the towers were.
Oh, yes.
It was only ever played one time. Why don't they play that more often?
I don't know.
Like every year around that time, they had to play that damn commercial.
Some of the thinking blows my mind away.
Yeah, and a lot of times it seems like, for that type of thinking, it is just that, we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to dredge up memories and things like that. But the problem is in doing that is people forget. And you don't want them to forget. You want them to remember this so it doesn't happen again, so you don't allow it to happen again. So
So, history is part of our history. It's who we are. It's what made us, no matter what the history is. It has developed us to who we are as a human being. And you can't forget history. Everybody makes mistakes. whether it's good or bad, you have to learn from those and you go on. So you don't make the same mistake twice.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. Two veterans at the table here, and I'd like to see that commercial again.
I'd love to see that commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
It was classic. There's been some good commercials out, and the Super Bowl commercials are usually what everybody's after. And
everybody likes to watch the commercials.
There's been some that have been memorable and some that were just stupid.
It's all about the shock value and the remember this and remember that.
What do they pay for those commercials?
Yeah, the thing of it is I don't even know what it's up to. It's just like, is it like $3 million a minute or something like that?
A minute?
$3 million a minute. I mean, who has that kind of money? You know,
what was that? What was that one? It was a stupid energy drink. Chunky Monkey Baby or Puppy Monkey thing?
Victory?
Oh,
I remember that.
Puppy Monkey thing?
Yeah.
So anyways, I walk around with my wife and say, hey, you're my Chunky Monkey Baby.
Oh, gosh.
and it stemmed from a stupid-ass commercial.
It was a commercial, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Everybody looks forward to the Super Bowl commercials, and I don't watch it anymore, so I couldn't tell you what some of the commercials are, but that's always a big thing. Is I think people watch the Super Bowl, whether their team's in or not, they're looking just for the commercials.
You know, I watched it last year, and I was a little underimpressed with the commercials.
Were the Chiefs in it last year? Because I think my wife had it on.
Oh, goodness, I can't even.
That's a shame.
Buccaneers. Tom Brady won. They beat.
We're sitting here thinking
they beat the Chiefs.
The Buccaneers won. Yeah, I think it was the Chiefs
because
I think my wife had it on because she likes. Like I said, she likes watching the Chiefs because of her friend.
Of the friend, right?
And so we probably had the Super Bowl on, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
Oh, man.
I agree that some of the commercials last year were stupid.
I use those commercial breaks to get a new beer. Take a leak. That's what I'm doing.
Go get a new beer.
So this year, the halftime show you got to watch.
Who's on the halftime show?
Oh, that's right.
Go ahead,
the halftime
show.
Go ahead.
Take her.
Boy, that's almost like it was scripted. Oh, excuse me.
Are we gonna
Let me give you a work in here, you know? I mean, watch this process.
Oh, God.
Are we going to have so the halftime show, we're going to have another wardrobe malfunction?
Best one ever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that. There's an awfully lot of...
I don't know if I'd be interested
There we go. That's what I was going towards. A lot of men.
Who the hell's in it?
So you got Dr. Dre. You got Snoop Dogg.
Now, Snoop Dogg I'd watch.
Eminem. I like Eminem.
Eminem's pretty good.
You give me that
Mary
aerial...
J. Blige.
You give me the aerial shot of that Super Bowl
Lamar,
stadium.
Kendrick Lamar.
Have
stadium.
some remnants of...
So I think one of the Super Bowl halftime shows that I enjoy is when they brought The Who out and Aerosmith.
Who are you?
Huh? Who? The Who.
Who?
Man, they come out and they did that. Oh, they were awesome. And Aerosmith, when they did it, they were awesome. You know, I don't watch any of this.
I can't remember him.
I'm still partial
that's
to...
before your time.
Yeah.
I'm still partial to Prince.
Prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prince was awesome, man.
That was the one that I really was impressed. Because, you know, a lot of times, and it is true, a lot of times, they lip sync. And one of the things that you knew from Prince is that he wasn't lip syncing.
No.
There was no way he was lip syncing. And he did a hell of a show in the rain.
Whether you like him or not,
he
was an entertainer.
Oh, I liked him.
Like I said, he made a whole genre love that era.
What'd you say?
Was I on the right? Am I on the right guy?
Purple Rain.
I said, was it Purple? He said
Purple Rain. Yeah,
Purple Rain.
You're on the right guy. You got the right guy. It was Purple Rain. Exactly. But yeah, and they had, was it this Southern Cal band? Was it that was there?
I don't remember.
Or USC? I can't remember.
It was one of those college bands, but it was cool.
Yeah, he had a band he had one of the college bands playing in there on. I
mean, that's a big deal for those entertainers to get that halftime call.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you got pretty much half the world tuned into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was the only one who got away with 45 minutes of dead air.
Oh,
he went. Oh, that's like not minute 45 seconds of dead air. Whenever he came up out of the stage and they popped him up on the out of the stage and he just stood there while the crowd just cheered and he just soaked it in and didn't move for like 45 seconds, just stood there.
There's Michael Jackson.
And he can get away with it.
He can get away with it.
He can get away with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, we mentioned that the Olympics are getting ready to start, and this is the Winter Olympics in Beijing.
They have winter in Beijing?
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Okay.
But there's some people from the U.S. team that are competing in their 5th Olympics.
Really?
5 Olympics.
Who?
Wow.
So you got Shaun White has just been named.
Yeah.
I saw that on a commercial, and I couldn't believe it. I saw Shaun White.
He's coming back
It's
now,
amazing.
and my wife was like, "Are you kidding? Why is he doing this? It's what he does.
He's good.
He's good. He made snowboarding along with a couple of the females. Lindsay Jacobellis is another one. She's competing in her 5th Olympics. She's a snowboarder, but they made the sport what it is.
Yeah.
They took it from where basically a non. Yeah, they made it into the whole thing.
They molded it.
Yep. So you got John Schuster, Shaun White, Lindsay Jacobellis, and Katie Yolander are in their 5th Olympics.
Wow.
So go Team USA this year. I love the Winter Olympics. I love the skiing. Oh, Michaela Schifrin.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm having an on-screen orgasm.
Do you want a cup of coffee over there, dear Brett?
Not on my arm.
I might need a cold shower after. So I love watching the downhills. I love watching the bobsleds. I'll even watch figure skating. So we have some good competition.
I draw the line at figure skating. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So it's the Olympics. Even though I watch the Olympics, I love the Olympics. There's sports I don't watch, but when the Olympics are here, so that's the only time I watch them. Now my wife, she loves the figure skating, so I'll watch it with her because I'm rooting, and something will come up, and she'll like, "You're not. That's cruel." I'm like, I don't care. I'm rooting for Team USA. I don't care if everybody falls and gets the fuck hurt. Because I'm rooting for Team USA. I want Team USA to win every freaking gold medal there is. USA.
I'm in that same boat because of the fact that Sandy really loves to watch the figure skating.
Yeah.
And I could watch it, but she has all the little intricacies that she puts in there about where they came from, what they did, and all this, and I'm like, oh, please.
So, speaking of figure skating, you're going to have Johnny Weir.
Oh, yes, sir.
And Tara Lipinski as your commentators.
Right. They're a team.
Very flamboyant he is.
They're a team.
So if you want any comedic activity, or you want just to laugh at the TV, watch the Olympics when the figure skating's on.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a team. They do that quite often together.
They do.
And
it's a little on the other side, but it's actually pretty good to watch because it's comic.
What's the stuff that comes up from a fire? Flames?
Yeah.
So the Winter Olympics are in that, and I love it, and I'm going to be watching it.
The opening flame. Thanks for bringing that in.
The opening flame. That comes,
absolutely.
it comes from Greece.
Private this year, though. They're shutting it off so people can't watch it. The running of the torch.
Okay,
really?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
Because of all the COVID.
COVID.
They got a huge COVID protocol going on. Unlike when the Summer Olympics, the Olympians were allowed there, but no families could go over to watch them in the summer. Which
that's true.
Had to be postponed, and they ran them this past summer.
Yeah.
So they were competing basically in front of the Japanese fans. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So we went from the last Olympics with the COVID going on, when they were sleeping on those cardboard
boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they have like all robots doing everything for them.
Yeah.
I was listening to it on NPR, and it's just amazing. Bringing them food, these robots, cleaning seats off in the stadiums, doing everything.
Yeah. So it kind of brings us up to our recurring thing that we're going to keep going here is our trivia question. Dave's trivia question. So we're on the Olympic topic. So I think, Dave, you were mentioned before, you have a good trivia question for this one.
Yeah, I have a trivia question I want to ask everybody, and hope you guys can jump in with the answer to this. That there is one country, in a well-known country, sovereign nation, that has never entered the Olympics, never fielded an Olympic team or an athlete. And I'd like to know if anybody knows who that is.
So Dave's trivia question, you need to answer it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can get us where, Ben? They can reply on
So 7 days after this episode's posted, reply to us at Central PA Pour on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, centralpapour@gmail.com with the answer to Dave's question, and then we will take that 7-day window, all the correct answers, and we'll pull a winner and give you a $10 gift card.
At Westgate.
Yep, Westgate.
Yeah.
So
and to make it clear, it's a well-known country.
It's not one of the ones from like that became a country from a disbursement of like the Soviet Union, like Yugoslavia and stuff. It's a well-known. It's been established for
many years,
many years,
many decades. And like I said, they're a well-known country and they're a sovereign nation. So, but they
stumped the hell out of me with this one.
Never sent an Olympic athlete.
So think about it. Answer that question. Let us know on all our social media links. The Central PA Pour at Gmail. You can email us your answer there. And like Ben said, we're going to draw a winner from those who have answered it correctly, if you answer it correctly. And we're going to get you a $10 gift card to spend at DJ's Westgate Beverage. Any last-minute thoughts, guys?
No, just happy Valentine's to all those special couples out there.
Yeah. Any Valentine's ideas that you guys are going to do? You know what? We may have to do a travel and do out on a Valentine's as a couples thing. Hit one of these breweries in our area.
Hey.
Sounds like a plan.
That'd be fun.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah.
That'd be fun. I was told to plan the evening out, so maybe there we go.
There we go. We've got an evening out.
Yeah.
So,
My Valentine's Day is normally I whip up a pretty nice dinner and everything.
So then we'll the three of us will travel. We'll bring you back the report.
You come back with the report. There you go.
I thought Dave was making dinner. I thought that's where you're going with that.
Dave's making dinner.
Yeah, Dave's making a solid dinner.
That's where you were going with this. He says, "Okay, the three of us will be over."
Brett's got some beer in his basement.
Then we'll go get the three of us will go get different beers.
Okay,
from different breweries, and we'll go over to Dave's for dinner. Are you making your meatballs?
Meatballs and
Meats are
chicken
for
wings.
parties. No, it usually involves steak and shrimp and crab legs.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're going over there. You know what? It would be a lot cheaper than a dinner out. So, so we'd like to end this thing, and hopefully things are good. You guys enjoy this. Look for us on that link tree on our social media.
You got it.
We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, Twitter, Twitch, whatever.
Twitter, Facebook,
Twitch.
Instagram.
What's that other one? TikTok?
Not quite, but we'll be there.
We have the count made. We haven't quite dove into the videos and stuff yet, but it's coming.
Is MySpace still around?
MySpace?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't been on it since Dad yelled at me about it in 2008, maybe.
2008.
MySpace? Yeah, I have a MySpace. I'm right across the road.
Oh, gosh.
That's MySpace.
That's your
We're
space.
clocking out of the
What's
dad
our
jokes.
finishing beer here?
Yeah, so we have a Cheers beer that we're going to finish out. This is from
beer.
Evergreen Sorbetto. This is 42. We did 41 on our last on one of our episodes the other week. Yep. So this is number 42.
Yep.
This is our Cheers beer. Look for us on all our social media places. Let us know what you think. If you enjoy it, let us know if you have an idea. Give us a call.
Yep.
Email us at centralpapour@gmail.com. Let us know what you guys want us to do. Everybody grab a beer. Let's have one down with the CPP. Happy Valentine's Day. Cheers. And let's be bonded by beer.
Cheers.